First year in office challenge of Tinubu is so damaging. When Buhari assumed office, his first year was a credit to him because every administration, whether the person will not rule well or the person will rule well, will first of all make sure that the first year in office will be good so as to convince the electorate to justify why they voted for him. But that is not the case with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For the avoidance of doubt, I want Nigerians to know that this is the first year of Tinubu in office and it's going to end this month. You know what that means? Meaning that Tinubu has put in his best in his first year, because it is the duty of every administration to put in their best in the first year, put in your best policies so that you can revive the hope of the people. We waited for it and it is over. Well, some persons would say, what do you know? Do you know what you are talking about? The former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, has this to say about 1 year in office of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So I'm vindicated, and other things that have been exposed in the process of their trying to grab power, as he said, and run with it, has exposed the strength and weaknesses of the various segments of the Nigerian society. It was the fact that they knew they were not going to win in a free and fair election that they had to go rogue.
When you say go rogue, what exactly do you
break
mean?
All the known rules of democracy, of the electoral processes to get to power. That's what I mean, they went rogue. Because they were scared that if every Nigerian was allowed to go and cast his ballot and we had INEC that would count and announce them the way they said they would, there's no way Bola would have been president. But they had to become, he had to be president, and the powers that be around him, mostly people that had other motives rather than to serve Nigeria, they coalesced around him and handed the power to him over and above our heads, whether we liked it or not. International politics, most times you want your own man there. You want somebody you can tweak to do your bidding.
And you think that President Tinubu
this government, not just President Tinubu, this government, a lot of them, a lot of the ministers, for example, are residents from the United States of America. Most of their families are there. Some, I understand, have even dual citizenship. You know, so it will serve America's interests very well if such people take over Nigeria. So you are known by the friends you keep. So this government has assembled a cabinet that, if to quote somebody I read today, that are going to practice the Emilokan economics. It is my turn. It is my turn economics.
Okay.
He says it's his turn. And he did what he did. He wanted to be president because it was his turn, not necessarily because he wanted to serve Nigerians or because he had knowledge of what he was going to do. If it was his turn, a sense of entitlement. And so with such mindset, he therefore assembles a cabinet of like minds. And that is where we are today. You find yourself in a ministry, it's your turn. It's not Nigeria's turn. It's not the turn of the poor masses. It's your turn. So it's a self-centered government of individual interests. That's how it is. It's the Emilokan effect. It's the Emilokan effect.
What do you mean by that?
Emilokan effect, it is my turn. It's not for me to share with anybody, it's my turn. There are 48, they are chosen because of the Emilokan philosophy. So it's my turn. So if I find myself as a minister of humanitarian affairs like Beto Edu did, I will do what Beto Edu did. It's my turn. The money comes, it's my turn.
Well,
everybody
you have the president to actually discipline them, especially during cabinet meetings.
Yeah, president who is also there on Emilokan, the architect of Emilokan.
So, I mean, is that an accusation that the president is doing the same thing? Is that what you're saying?
The president, you brought out the matter of president calling them to order, and he has not called them to order. And the buck stops on his desk. And he is the architect of Emilokan. He says this is his turn, Emilokan. And he goes there with that philosophy, appoints people, only he knows the criteria. Ministers that up till today, some of them we've not seen them on television. We have not had them on newspapers. The other day I was on one platform where they say Minister of Youth. I think there's a Minister of Youth. Yes,
there are two of them actually, a substantive minister and Minister of State.
So they say they doesn't even have somebody they call it Twitter handle. This is a platform, or this is a platform where youth engage. I was reading someone, one of my close friends on a Twitter, on one social group, was lamenting. Minister of Youth doesn't have a Twitter handle.
Collecting more loans every now and then, and people are asking questions.
These loans should not be spent on us. Suddenly here we are taking $500 million loan to support the dollar. It's not discussed because they don't tell us in advance. It should be in the public domain. People will discuss the pros and cons of it, build a consensus before you go into it. But everything is like a secret society. Suddenly, it's up. In our time, you know, it was this girl, Minister of Finance, who has this.
Zainab.
No, the first one, who has this Eastern English. No, there's a small girl.
Kemi Adeosu.
Okay, I used to call her with her Eastern England accent. She's always talking. She's always saying things, explaining what the government is doing, why the government is doing what they are doing, how the government is financing this thing, why the government cannot finance this thing. This is all what people that just know what the government is doing. This renewed hope, at what time did it come? After the election? Abi? After the election. So it was not a pre-election matter, just an afterthought renewed hope. What does it mean? We were not told. What are the metrics by which we will judge its success? We were not told. If it had been an issue during the campaign, part of the manifesto, he would have been forced. In any case, he didn't want to, he didn't attend debates, he didn't want to. So we didn't know what this government campaigned on. What promises did they make to us, and how can we hold them accountable? Because we don't know it ab initio, we don't have the metrics to judge them, so we don't know whether they are just there. Just there.
Well, the president says he's been going abroad and they've been bringing lots of foreign direct investments.
Yeah, he has been bringing foreign direct investments, which the people deny. As soon as they make the announcement, the people say it is not so.
You're talking about the Minsk
yeah, we are not aware.
$600 million.
Yeah, the people say we are not aware. And now we can go to Dubai, we can get visa. Dubai say we are not aware. Everybody says we are not aware. We will do this, we are not aware. So it's a government of, they conjure up what they expect.
I mean, Tinubu, right from time, has always been seen as a master strategist when it comes to political talks here and there. Could it be that President Tinubu is overwhelmed in government at the federal level? Because, I mean, we are wondering, where's the expertise that Tinubu
I have a personal view on this. Okay. Since I have known him, I've known his ambition. I have come to the conclusion that he was more interested in power than in what to do with the power when he eventually gets it. Now he has gotten it, he doesn't know what to do with it. It never occurred to him on what to do with it. You mentioned Lagos. I used to laugh at them in those days when he was governor. I said Lagos will do an interlocal government football competition. They will not be shy in calling it World Cup, because their mindset, their whole view is just around Lagos. One tribe, one religion, you know, people that by nature are hierarchical in their leadership style. The boss talks, everybody falls in line. And that's the Yoruba culture, isn't it? There are no two bosses, no debate. The boss says it, it's done. It comes into a national scene where 200 and something tribes, everybody with his own challenges, everybody with his own ambition, everybody with his own local issues. People in a system in which no matter how good you are, there are some people from the beginning will make up their minds, because you are not their man, they will not allow you to perform. He got into this system, surrounded himself with the Emilokan people, and he's out of his element.
Well, the vice president is not an Emilokan man, so that should be one of his closest advisors.
We call it spare tire. The vice president has no defined rules. It's what the president
Yeah, but I mean, shouldn't he be chipping in a word? And that's why you have a cabinet. I mean, and you have been the cabinet secretary before. Shouldn't the cabinet be able to provide more insight into discussions, provide some, you know, policy alternatives also? If the renewed hope agenda is not going the way they had anticipated, maybe tweak it a bit or something like that.
Yeah, I pray that I hope for those of us who know this man before he became president, and we look at those around him, our lamentation is that we don't see anybody visible that has the guts or the ability to go and meet him and say, sir, like we used to do with my boss now.
That's former President Buhari.
I say, Oga, this is no good, you know, go work. Oga, or at Oga, this will not work. Why will you not work? You give him. He listens. Or at the cabinet, somebody like Minister of Sports, Dalong, will stand up and criticize the president directly, and everybody will take it. He'll take it in good faith, and I believe probably later he will go and sort out the issues. And, you know, we don't. When you assemble people like this, Yomeo probably knows him. He was his minister. Dele Aleke probably knows him. He was his, commissioner. Kadro, so this
the CBN government.
My friend with Pachpa CV is
well,
there.
That's a very strong one, actually.
Yeah, his cousin, this one in Osun State before?
Yeah, the Minister for Blue Economy.
Yeah, his cousin, probably he knows him. He has assembled quite a lot of people that knew him before, probably, you know. But even in that cabinet, since I knew him well before then, even in those people, I don't see one of them that has the courage. I'm going to say, Rankedede. I don't think.
Ashwaju in this instance. Since it's not from the north.
Whatever. That's how we call him. Say, Rankedede, this policy I don't think it is good for us. It will do this. Bola will listen. One is part of my fallout with Bola. The one characteristic that I knew him with, and which actually was what propelled me to support him, he listens. And his strength used to be that if you give him a brilliant idea now, he will appropriate it. And if you are not even careful, before you leave his presence, he'll be narrating that idea to you as if it originated from him. He's somebody that is not threatened by tapping brilliant minds.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why a lot of Nigerians...
that's why I thought about him. And again, well, that is the major reason why I supported him.
At some point before the fallout.
Yeah, I mean, before the fallout, I believe. But suddenly, I think, maybe because what he needed to dispense was not much at that time. But now, what the president dispenses is massive. It's enormous.
So could he have developed a monarchical complex at this point
he has
time?
not. He couldn't have, because first of all, he has high challenges like every short person. You know.
Well, you're getting too personal now.
No, I'm just generally, like I used to say, like every short person, they like to notice me or I die. And he likes to, it's easy to boost his ego. And but it doesn't work in a system like this. You need somebody whose feet are on the ground, who is firm, who is solid, who will tell you are lying to me. I don't think that is correct. Go and look at it again and bring it.